Hi guys, how's it going? This is Ivan. I'm a wedding photographer from Tree Studio in Melbourne. Welcome back to our channel. Today we'll go through a very important concept in the wedding photography industry, the pre-wedding consultation. We'll start now. So let's start with the definition of pre-wedding consultation. The pre-wedding consultation is a meeting that wedding photographer make an accurate wedding day timeline, location, addresses, and detail of wedding information for the bride and groom. The pre-wedding consultation is the device to be face-to-face or video virtual meeting such as via Zoom or Skype if the bride and groom are living far away from the wedding photographer. So when should the pre-wedding consultation be arranged? The ideal of time of the pre-wedding meeting is arranged 2 to 4 weeks before the wedding. Most of bride and groom would confirm the wedding suppliers such as celebrant, makeup, hairdresser, MC, florist, car, and etc. at this time. It is good time for the wedding photographer to gather all information from the couple. If the meeting is arranged too early, the wedding photographer might not confirm everything and the memory of the conversation will be fade out. In contrast, it should avoid organizing the pre-wedding consultation 1 week before the wedding. The bride and groom can be very busy at this time, and it is hard to find a time to fit both wedding couple and wedding photographer at the same time, which might lead to a disaster. And trust me, that is the only thing we all want to avoid. The ideal location for pre-wedding consultation is the wedding photographer's studio rather than a public cafe or restaurant. The noisy cafe is not convenient and private to discuss the wedding details. Tree Studio is located at 246 Convention Street in South Melbourne. There are plenty of parking spaces in front of Tree Studio. The average time of pre-wedding consultation would be 30 to 60 minutes. The meeting can be finished in a short time, like 15 to 20 minutes, if the wedding is held in one location and wedding day timeline is simple and clear. However, if the wedding involves lots of traditional activities such as Lebanese, Asian, and Jewish wedding, the pre-wedding consultation can be up on an hour. There is no certain rule for accurate time of pre-wedding consultation, but as bottom line, the wedding photographer should gather clear information of wedding details, such as wedding timeline, addresses, and personal contact details, and not to rush over the important information. The other important purpose is to build a great relationship between the wedding couple and the photographer. It is a fundamental condition to let the bride and groom feel comfortable and confident with the wedding photographer before the wedding. Now we move on to the substance of pre-wedding consultation workflow. First of all, we should discuss the wedding day timeline. It is the first priority to be confirmed. Most of the wedding day have 5 parts in Melbourne: groom's preparation, bride's preparation, celebration, location, and reception. The wedding photographer can ask the bride and groom about the starting time of the wedding ceremony and reception. Then we'll work backwards to calculate the bride and groom get ready time, and the window time between the ceremony and reception is for wedding photo location time. There are 2 time frames for the ceremony: the bride's arriving time at the ceremony, and the guest and groom's arriving time at the ceremony. The bride's arriving time is very important. Apparently, the wedding photographer should be fully ready at this time, because the bride would be walking down the aisle in any second from this time. The photographer should not make any mistake for this moment. Generally, we suggest the couple to allocate 30 minutes before the brides arrive at the ceremony. The guest and groom would arrive at this time. Ideally, the wedding photographer should arrive this time as well, which is 30 minutes before the bride arrive. It will allow the wedding photographer to check his or her cameras, lenses, and take the photo to the guest and groom. If the wedding ceremony is held in Melbourne City or anywhere that parking is a challenge, the wedding photographer can ask more time in the conception. After the ceremony, The wedding photographer can allocate 30 minutes for mingling and family photo. If the couple have large family, the wedding photographer can leave more time for the family photo. Now, let's work backwards for the bride and groom preparation time. Normally, we start at groom's preparation first, because the bride and bridesmaid need more time to do makeup and hair in the morning. Also, the groom shall arrive at the ceremony earlier than the bride. However, there is also some exemptions. The bride and groom get ready at the same time in a traditional wedding. It requires 2 wedding photographers to work at different houses in the morning. Also, sometimes the groom's house is too close to the ceremony, and the bride's house is too far away from the ceremony location, or the morning time is just tight. Therefore, the wedding photographer can go to the bride's get ready first and take less time in the groom's house. The groom's preparation time is advised to be 45 to 60 minutes, while the bride's preparation time is 1.5 hours. The brides need more time to get ready than the groom. One thing the wedding photographer shall remind the bride is the makeup and hairdress time. Lots of wedding makeup can be finished behind the schedule. There are many unaccepting things that to be occurred on the wedding day. Therefore, all ladies, which includes the bride, bridesmaid, and mother of the bride, shall be finished 30 minutes before the wedding photographer arrives. The wedding photo location shoot is also be called bridal party shoot. There are 2 kinds of wedding photo locations in Melbourne. One is on-site of the wedding venue, the other one is off-site of the wedding venue. For wedding photo location and the wedding venue which are located at one place, we will suggest allocating at least 1 hour, and it can be extended to 1.5 hours or longer if the bride and groom just want to mingle in with their guests or they just simply want to get more time for the photo. For the offsite wedding photo location, the location time can be from 1 hour to 3 hours. You should also consider the travel time in your planning. Some locations such as Carlton Garden, there have a lot of photo opportunities which will need more time, and some places such as Parliament House, they need less. Normally, the wedding photographer gives the directions of wedding timeline prior to the wedding's reception. The wedding MC and DJs are in charge of wedding receptions for the first dance, cake cutting, speech, and rest of the evening. However, the wedding photographer also have the authority to give some suggestions to bride and grooms for the evening time. Sometimes, the bride and grooms wants to get some sunset photo during the reception for the summer wedding. The wedding photographer can ask wedding couples to leave 10 to 15 minutes break time before the sunset for the photo. In addition, some wedding reception segments are too close to each other. For instance, there is no gap between the first dance and the speech. That means the bride and groom would have their first dance straight after the speech. Then it leaves no time for the wedding photographer to do the preparation, such as change the lenses and set up the lighting. In these circumstances, the wedding photographer can suggest the bride and groom to create some gap between each concept. It also brings a benefit to the wedding videographer. The wedding videographer needs more time to set up their camera, lighting, and audio system. The wedding photographer shall confirm the time of every wedding reception procedures such as first dance, cake cutting, speech, father-daughter and mother-son dances, and sunset photos. After we got a clear timeline of the wedding day, we shall clarify all information as much as possible and write down a checklist. The suggested content will be bride and groom contact number, emergency contact number, wedding photographer contact number, address of bride and groom house, ceremony and reception, wedding photo location options, bridesmaid and groomsman's number and guest number, flower girl's number and page boy's number, wedding photography style, wedding supplier list, if the wedding reception provides food for wedding photographer or not, bride and groom signature on the pre-wedding consultation checklist. Most of the information in the checklist is easy to understand. I only explain few things to make it clear. First is the emergency contact number. Why is it important? Except the bride and groom's contact number, the wedding photographer also needs to at least one additional emergency contact number. It can be selected from the bridal party, parents, and wedding planner. On the wedding day, the bride and groom can be quite busy and might not be able to answer to the phone call. We need another person who is always contactable during the wedding day. Or sometimes, we can't find the bride and groom during the wedding photo location when offset the wedding venue. The emergency contact number is practical and convenient to assist wedding photographer to get quick contact with the bridal party. If the wedding photo location is outside of the wedding venue, it can be quite simple. The bride can give the wedding photographer the direction where she wants to take photo. On the other hand, some brides want to go to offsite of the wedding venue for the bridal party shoot, such as in the Melbourne City or any nearby. The wedding photographer shall discuss the type of wedding photo location depends on the bride's preparation. For instance, historical building, garden, beach, or anywhere with different elements. Next is the wedding photography style. The wedding photographer shall get instance of the bride's preparation, maybe from her social media. The wedding photographer can also get a clue from the wedding color theme. Alternatively, the wedding photographer can check the bride's inspiration photo. Next is the wedding supplier list. The wedding photographer asks for the gather of the wedding suppliers list. For instance, florist, wedding planner, makeup artist, and etc. The wedding photographer can hashtag the other wedding suppliers. On the other hand, the wedding photographer can get insight about bride's personal touch through her wedding suppliers. One more thing that important is the food for the wedding photographer. Most of bride and groom provide food if the wedding photography coverage is upon 6 hours or more. Otherwise, they will need to discuss for the wedding photographer to have a break time between the reception. The last concept is the music. Tree Studio has purchased the music lessons on the artist.io. Couples can choose 2 to 3 songs on this website. The bride and groom can just inform which music they like on the website. Our editor can download from them. If they prefer the music from other resources, they shall provide the MP3 or WAV file. Now, let's review today's lesson of the pre-wedding consultation. We need to go through the wedding day timeline, get the accurate address detail for each location and ceremony and reception, get bride and groom's and emergency contact number, wedding photography style and inspiration, specific requests, such as the traditional ritual. This is the end of the video. If you find it helpful or inspiring, please leave us with many likes. And this is Ivan. Until next time.